It's Socially Anxious Sunday! So for today, I thought maybe we would do a little get ready with me while I tell you a socially anxious story. Because what is it if not talking about social anxiety? What is the point, right? Anyway, so story time. And it's very hard for me to think of a story to tell you in regards to social anxiety because, to be honest, there's so many. And now that I'm an adult and I now know what social anxiety is and I now know that I have it, I've actually had it for way longer than I thought. Like, arguably, I want to say my first memories are being afraid of people and places that I don't know where I am or where I'm going. And I used to be that kid that used to throw a temper tantrum when you throw them into a car because I just didn't want to go out. I literally remember I had my mom drive me to a friend's house, or, you know, our parents were friends. So my mom was driving us to my friend's house and they were going to hang out. I was going to hang out with my friends and there was a bunch of people there. Okay. And it wasn't just my friend there. When we drove in to the driveway, there was, I don't know, like 5-6 people there because, you know, neighborhoods, small towns, everybody kind of hangs out. It was summer, so you just walk over, right? But I lived in a whole different subdivision, and my mom drove. So I remember pulling into the driveway, and my stomach was just not okay. And I was like, I'm having anxiety. I'm like, I can't get out of the car. My mom, being no idea that, you know, I have social anxiety, got mad. She's like, Megan, just get out of the car. I'm like, I can't. And I made her drive me all the way back home, leave me there while she went and hung out with her friends because I just couldn't do it. Yeah. And I think I was, grade 3 at the time? And that's not even my earliest memory. Like, I have memories of being, you know, in kindergarten. I guess my first day I cried, didn't want to be left alone. Normal kids, you don't want to separate from your mom type thing. But it didn't stop. It continued. I never felt comfortable around people until I build up a trust and until I build up some sort of level of comfortability. I am uncomfortable, okay? And by building up a comfortability, I mean that I need to know my environment. I need to know who's there, who's gonna be there. I need to know everything. I need to know the layout of the place. I need to know exactly where I'm gonna be parking. I need to know what cubby, when I was a kid, what cubby was my cubby, what locker was my locker, which one is my desk at work, where am I gonna be. Having the unknown and the unplanned of life is something that has been a struggle for me my entire life, and that's been since I was like really, really little. And I never liked it. And it used to be like debilitating. Like, starting a new job, I remember, I don't even know, there'd been multiple times that I like got a job and I was a teenager, okay, so don't judge me. But I couldn't even start the job. So it was like my first day and I was really terrified and I just didn't go. And I just was like, screw it, I don't need the job, which I did. I was a teen, I should have had a job, but I just couldn't handle it. I couldn't walk in, couldn't deal with meeting new people, and it was a build-up thing for me. Obviously, like, a lot of people talk about when you get into a social situation, it's just the build-up of it. It's just, once you're there, you're okay, and sometimes for me, that's okay. Sometimes I can get there. It's getting there, though, that is the biggest struggle for me. It just... starting a new job, getting out of that car. That is the struggle. And I've been working on it over the years, but my earliest memories, terrified, petrified fear, paralyzing numbness of fear. And being an adult now, thinking about all of those times where I would just like be in the car in a parking lot crying because I couldn't go in. The times where I've had a change in routine, a change in my life, and I just couldn't handle it. Like, I couldn't get myself out of an apartment, out of my house, out of anywhere that I was, that was my comfort zone to get to where I needed to be. And it's been a struggle. It is something that I'm working on continuously in therapy, you know, breathing exercises. I don't know if people journal. That's also a thing that has been told for me to do. I'm not a journal. I'm a writer, by the way. I write. I like to write books, stories, but I'm not a journaler. I don't want to talk about my feelings on paper. I don't know how many times I've started a journal and it's like, I feel this is dumb, and then I just don't continue. So journaling for me doesn't work. Calm apps work. What worked for me starting my new job, or my career, was to listen to like rage music. I like having rides to work. I grew up in a small town outside of a city, so I am used to having a drive, and I like that drive. I like to take a half an hour in the morning to pump myself up, get myself okay, you know, build up that comfortability and get rid of that anticipation of it being something new, something I'm not used to. And those 30 minutes matter to me. Now I'm only about 15 minutes away from work. Those 15 minutes matter. Sometimes I get there extra early just to sit in the car for the additional 10 to 15 minutes just to like breathe and get myself pumped up to do what I have to do. And so I like being on time. Don't like being late. I don't like things that are uncomfortable, and I think a lot of people feel that way. That's not just a social anxiety thing, but for me, it's social situations that really set it off. It's seeing people, even if we've been friends for years, it's taking those breaths, taking that step out of the car, out of the house. It's all of that anticipation, and that's something that hasn't went away from me, clearly, and that's why I'm here. And that's I guess that's Socially Anxious Sunday, that I have had social anxiety from any time that I can remember, you know, school years to now. And it's okay to have it. It's okay to be socially anxious. It's okay to recognize your triggers, recognize, you know, things that make you uncomfortable, because then that's the first step in processing your traumas and processing things, is knowing what is your trigger, what sets you off. And yes, you know, exposure therapy, working on that too. And exposures do help, but within a controlled environment. Don't just expose yourself to something you're afraid of and jump in, you know, and expect everything to go okay. It's not going to go okay. Controlled, small, baby steps. That's it. That's all you can do. Work on it, work through it. And yeah, that's Social Anxious Sunday.